Hello, everybody. My name. No, I do that joke. Every YouTube channel I start has to have that joke. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Flying Waltz. This is the channel where I just do whatever I want. Honestly, I'm a big fan of horror, I like FNAF, I like Minecraft, I like Rick and Morty. You know, that kind of shit. Anyway, this is just to see how well I can improvise a video. I have a concept in mind, and now I need to see if I can pull that off without a script or at least points to talk about. So welcome to the FNAF tier list. Just grab this off Tier Maker. These games, I don't know why they're here. These two, okay, but this, I don't know why Pop Goes is there. I don't know. Maybe Kane Carter himself made this one. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to rank the FNAF games real quick and talk about them a little bit, you know, establish my opinions on them, because there's inevitably going to be other videos on this series in the future. Alright, so let's start with the one and only Five Nights at Freddy's, or Ites Eddies, as you can see, it clearly says. So let's just get straight to the point. S tier. I mean, come on. Who has a FNAF tier list and the first one isn't S tier? Don't answer that. So this one, obviously, there's nostalgia. It's been 8 years. It got me into the series, the franchise, but also just a solid game. I think Scott took 6 months on this. It shows. There are very few games in this list that reached 6 months or exceeded 6 months. Like this one and this one, maybe this one, if you account for all of its updates, and definitely these ones, of course. But the ones that Scott did alone, 6 months, you can just feel that amount of time and love and energy poured into it. This game is creepy. It's balanced. It's interesting. There's cool, creepy, random events. There's Easter eggs. There's lore. There's a story that's actually pretty easy to understand. There's plenty of room for speculation. The environments are great. It gives us just this dark, dingy vibe. It's beautiful. I love this game. This game is fire, man. And it's one of the few games I actually did 420, or I beat the 20 mode on. So, of course, it actually felt like it was possible to beat the 20 mode, and it was. Unlike some games. Anyway, actually, speaking of some games, oh, I forgot one more thing. Freddy Fazbear in this game is a menace, and I wish Scott kept going with that idea of having all of his characters be unique and having one of them just be an absolute menace. Because, man, Freddy in the first game, he's a wonderful creation. Man, that dude is creepy. Anyway, as you can see by my me clicking this, the next one is FNAF 2. Now, this is where I think it gets interesting. I'm not exactly sure where to put this. It's definitely not going down here, of course, but it's not going here either. FNAF 2, it's teetering between C and B. It's like what's that, like 65%. There you go. C. Why? So take everything that made FNAF 1 gorgeous, and then give the developer 4 months instead of 6. Give him twice the animatronics to work with, and give him twice the expectation from the community. And then you get FNAF 2. See, the thing about FNAF 2 is it's good. It's definitely a good game. It's a solid game. It's fun to play. The lore is interesting. So many iconic characters were introduced in this game. There's 11 animatronics. All of them are icons. All of them are still up to this day. Beautiful. Just magnificent. The character designs. But actually, I should start with the character designs. They're not scary. The Wizards are, like, perfect. The environments aren't scary either. If they just had the Wizards and then they had the, what's it called? Like, the kind of creepy environments in the first game, this would be at least B tier. If this game still had unique animatronic AI, there kind of is. There's some, like, not all characters are on every night. Like, Toy Chica is on night 4 or something. Some weird stuff like that I learned recently. There's stuff like that. And then there is, of course, the fact that, well, there's 11 animatronics and he had less time, or he released it early, so it's not even that he had less time. But all the animatronics feel very samey. And I'm big into, like, advanced AI, intelligent AI. I feel like that's so dope. Like, in a horror game, especially, that's originally what got me into Hell Neighbor before they ruined it. But I'm definitely an advanced AI kind of guy, and FNAF 2 just didn't do it for me. FNAF 1 definitely did it. Even the two same animatronics had their own like unique little quirks. Like Bonnie and Chica had their own unique quirks. Like Bonnie was faster and he could move around to a bigger variety of different rooms. Chica always moved to the room next to her, and she slowly made her way. And she'd look into the camera more often, or at least it felt like she looked into the camera more often. Her cameras were closer, or she was closer to the cameras than Bonnie tended to get. But yeah, they all just feel unique and characterized. This feels like FNAF 2 feels like a bunch of random creatures that do the exact same thing. There's like 4, maybe 5 slightly different mechanics. Of course, there's Music Box, there's Golden Freddy, there's Foxy, and then there's everybody showing up to your office, and that's like 4 actually. It's very samey. I mean, the lore is great, but as like a game, as a horror experience, I'm not scared by this. So let's move on. This one, FNAF 3, man. Where to put it? Where do you think I want to put it? If I just put FNAF 2 at C tier, everybody shits on FNAF 3. That's not fair. Nah. I refuse to accept that. You're going in C tier. FNAF 2 is better overall, but this is at least the same level of quality. You see, the thing is about FNAF 3, it felt like Scott was going back to his roots a little bit while also doing something completely different, and I appreciate that. FNAF 3 is definitely an unnerving game. I don't know how to rate the scariness of these two, but this game definitely gets unnerving. Like, and going against one animatronic that feels really intentionally after you is such a dope concept, and I appreciate and I respect that so much. Springtrap is also just the dopest design. He's been getting all this praise lately for being like the best horror slasher character. Agree. Springtrap is fire. He's just fire. The Phantoms are a good mechanic. They could have been toned down a little bit or given a little bit more variety, but even then, they have more variety than anything in FNAF 2. Springtrap's moans as he walks down the hall. All the animations you can see him peeking behind the door, running past the window. What this game did to the lore, how it perfectly wrapped up the whole series. Yes. It would have been the perfect ending. And then, as you see, we have 20 other games down here. But yeah, man, I almost want to bump this up a little bit. The only reason it's not going above FNAF 2 is I don't enjoy playing this as much as I have enjoyed playing FNAF 2. FNAF 2 is kind of messy and samey, and the 20 mode especially cannot beat that. Is a nightmare, but it feels better to play than FNAF 3. I don't know what it is. Also, Springtrap's jump scares are trash, but FNAF 3, at least I haven't played it very recently, but last time I've played these, it's felt very, I don't know what it is. It's just not very enjoyable to play. Although FNAF 2 has flaws, it is still a good game, and I have fun playing it. I have fun playing FNAF 1, obviously, but this one is like, if this was fun to play and Springtrap had better jump scares, B or A tier, definitely. All right. So that's FNAF 3. So right now we're looking very interesting. We're looking pretty controversial, I'd say. Let's get even more controversial. FNAF 4. Okay, guys, listen. Let me actually put this back. Let me talk before I do this. Listen, guys. Have you ever played FNAF 4? I know there's the lore and all that stuff that happened, but have you ever played FNAF 4? Listen. All right, hold on. Let me click off of that. As a horror game, guys, I know. I don't know. I don't know which one to put it in. Put it there. Now, listen. As a horror game, this is phenomenal. I don't know if the rumors or he actually confirmed this. I think Scott said that he made FNAF 4 because FNAF 3 wasn't scary. Man, did he make FNAF 4, and man, was it scary. Like, I didn't realize how good of a game this was until I played it earlier this year, actually. I played it like a few minutes of it before, but I thought the listening for audio thing was just cheap, and it was to force jump scares, which it kind of is, but it kind of works in its favor. I played, and I haven't died. It's not like I died to the audio being inaudible. that hasn't really happened. I die when I genuinely mess up. I never felt like when playing the game, I never felt like it was unfair. And I just feel like that's like so perfectly fine tuned. I know when the game came out, it was really quiet and that was a little unfair. But man, the console release, I played it on Switch recently, even a little bit on my computer. The console release definitely is a solid game. Now, and this is, if you asked me a year ago, or even at the start of this year, this list would be so much different. But this is what it's looking like now. And so FNAF 4 was great. However, there's an elephant, a giant pink elephant in the back of the room. You know, you can see out of the corner of your eye. The lore. Can I blame FNAF 4 for making the lore confusing? I can. Can I blame Scott? I can. Do I want to blame either of them? I can. I just don't know. FNAF 4 is so... The lore, I feel like it told a very clear story. Like, as a standalone game, it told its story. But when you put that story in the context of the rest of the series, it makes no fucking sense. And we've only, like, in the past, like, few years, we think we figured out what it is. It's about Mike's dreams in between nights. But if that's what it is, that's not hinted at. That's not explicitly shown or even hinted at enough for that to make sense for us to come to that conclusion. We needed the books to come to that conclusion, which works because, you know, that's kind of what the books were for. But I feel like you should be able to tell your story in your game and have it make sense with the rest of your games. This is supposed to be the final chapter of the series. It made no sense. And it's not like I'm digging it, I'm shitting on it because it doesn't make sense to me. The entire community had all kinds of theories. There were popular theories, less popular ones. Scott came out and said he hasn't seen a single one that was right, at least some years back. But that's bad storytelling. That's not our fault at that point. If nobody can understand what you're trying to say in your game, and like, that's on you, honestly. That is definitely Scott's fault. Unless he was doing it on purpose to keep the mystery going, which I feel is cheap. I would hope that he has more integrity than that, but I don't know. I don't know him as a person. If this game had solid lore, and maybe if the nightmares were more subtle in their design, they are scary. I think part of it is because I can't even say for certain that I understand what FNAF 4 was about and what it was trying to say. We have theories, but they're theories, and they don't get retroactively confirmed like every other game. So it's like, So it's in B. It's not in C because I actually enjoy playing FNAF 4. It's a fun fucking game. As a video game, that's what I'm looking at it as a video game, not as a lore machine, just as a video game. It's clean. It's super clean. It is super clean. If you haven't played FNAF 4, just play it. Even if you know the lore or you don't know the lore, it's a fun fucking game. If you like horror games, if you like the first game, you're gonna like the fourth one, especially with the latest patches. If I don't know if you have like the first patch, probably don't play that. If you do have that still, if you downloaded it and never played it, or however that works. But yeah, that's enough FNAF 4. It's going in B tier. It's a solid game. The story, FNAF 1 has a solid story, a simple story, and solid gameplay, so it goes way up there. FNAF 4 goes down here. So, FNAF World is next. This is the true FNAF 5. Listen, man, where do you guys think I should put this? Where would you put FNAF World? I might have a different answer. I'm definitely gonna have a different answer than some other people, or maybe this is the agreed upon opinion. It's going above D. I actually like FNAF World. FNAF World was nice, and I was like 12 when it came out, 13 maybe. So take that with a grain of salt. But I had fun. I just had fun. I'm gonna put it there for now, and I'm gonna talk about it, and maybe I'll bump it down. It was fun. I had fun playing FNAF World. That's really it. Update 2 came out. I had fun with that too. It just felt like it was for fun. And it was fun. And yeah, there was some lore in there too. It tied into Sister Location. That was dope, but it was just a fun time. Do I have much to say about it? I don't know. I have nostalgia for it. Definitely enjoyed playing it. Both times. Before even the first update came out, I enjoyed playing it. It's just fun. Maybe because I was a kid. Maybe not. Maybe I'd have fun playing it today. But it's just a fun game. And it goes in A tier. Just for that. Better than FNAF 4? I had more fun playing FNAF World immediately than I had playing FNAF 4. I found out I liked FNAF 4 this year. I used to think it was trash because that freaking jump scare thing. The audio being low for the jump scare. The jump scares. So I loved FNAF World when it came out. I still have fond memories of it, so it goes in A tier. I know this looks insane already, but bear with me. So we got this boy or this girl. Sister location. Where did I put you? Definitely not going under here. Here at minimum. When Sister Location came out, I think actually Markiplier in a podcast recently, I forgot which one, recently came out and said that he would rank Sister Location really high in the first game. I agree. When this game came out, this was my favorite FNAF game. And I'm pretty sure that's because the lore carried it. This is the lore that FNAF 4 is missing. On top of that, my favorite color is blue. The whole aesthetic is blue. The game has a good aesthetic, a good story. It makes sense. Creepy animatronics that aren't so over the top that it's obnoxious. It has a nice metallic, sleek design. It has unique events every night. This is the first FNAF game. Every night was unique. That was dope. Even though there's the one thing about the game, there's a lot of dialogue. So much dialogue that actually playing the game. I'm gonna leave it here for now. Actually playing FNAF Sister Location can be kind of a drag, especially on night 4. I think when you're stuck in the Springlock suit. I did beat that. It's just that took a while, and the dialogue can definitely drag. But the dialogue is so good. Oh man, it's teetering between A and S. It's a nice game. It's fun, but and the story is so good. The aesthetic is so good. The animatronics are so good. The William Afton, Michael Afton, Elizabeth Afton confirmation was so good. I actually don't remember where in this game Elizabeth Afton's name was confirmed. Maybe in the files, but I definitely remember us hearing about Elizabeth Afton and sticking with that. And then it was actually confirmed outright in this one. But yeah, Sister Location, man, I don't know where to put it. It's like when I played Security Breach, it kind of reminded me of Sister Location, which may sound crazy. But what I mean by that is Security Breach was it felt like FNAF World and Sister Location had a baby, which seems like such a juxtaposition, and it is. But I enjoyed FNAF World and I enjoyed Sister Location. I enjoyed Security Breach. It was a buggy mess. This isn't the Security Breach section though. But the vibe I get from Sister Location is kind of like the vibe I feel like they're trying to go for with Security Breach before they started kittyifying it. I don't know if you know about the old leaks or the old merch, like the Vanny knife thing and the old voice lines. There's a lot of cut content from Security Breach, but it felt like they were going for something much darker, with still some light elements. Sister Location is darker. It's funny too. There's some good jokes in there. And oh yeah, I didn't even mention that the humor, top notch. Exotic Butters. Man, that's just a meme. And it was a meme. Scott knew what he was doing. I still don't know if I should leave it up at S. Because it's not perfect. A lot of dialogue and more dialogue, less gameplay definitely brings it down as a game. But I don't know. How's this? It's A, but it's above World. Because it had more substance than World. Yeah, let's go with that. Loved this game. I love all these games, honestly, but a lot of it is not lore or anything, but if I enjoyed the experience and I enjoyed playing it. For Sister Location, it is lore too. But it's mainly if I enjoyed the experience. I enjoyed the experience of FNAF 4. Absolved of any story, trying to understand what it meant. It was fun. World, it was fun. Sister Location was fun. This golden gem at the top, it was fun. Anyway, we got Pizza Sim. Pizza Sim is interesting. Let's put it in B for now. Now, Pizza Sim is dope. I didn't really like playing. Half of the game I liked playing. The make your own pizzeria was like such an innocent, fun feeling, kind of like FNAF World. But it was its own thing too. But it was definitely that just pure fun energy that I just enjoyed that. The actual office segments could use some work. I'd rather it be a camera system or something. Just sitting in a room and just clicking stuff on a monitor is not really engaging gameplay. However, despite that, the reason this is so high is because of the fucking lore. This game was basically the end of Scott's games, which is hilarious because Scott Games literally isn't a thing anymore. But the lore was clean. And there's so much content in this game. There's so much you could do with this game. I personally didn't like the Office segment, but somebody else might. And if they do, it's a good chance that they like both the Office and the Pizzeria segment. And that means this would be like the perfect game for them. And I see that. This is my opinion. Beyond my own opinion, I already like this game. I favor it. However, if I enjoyed the Office segment enough to like just play through it casually, this would be like a S tier. I can definitely feel that. It's just I didn't enjoy that, and that's like half the game, which sucks. You'd expect it to be in like C maybe, but the lore is good. Half the gameplay is good, and I feel like that's good enough. I'll say custom night. The night 6 for this game. Huh. Let's put it there. Again, the lore is cool. The gameplay is cool. The customizable gameplay is literally what you make of it. I think for me, this game is kind of oversaturated a bit. It's like and that's not anybody's fault but my own. I played it myself. I played it with my cousin. I played it with my sister. I just feel like I've seen too much Ultimate Custom Night. It's because there's 50 animatronics. There's so much there's so much. Yeah, you can customize so much that is infinitely replayable. It's just I've seen so much of it the past 4 years that any novelty is absolutely gone. But like, I do not want to boot up the game and play this. Like, at this point, I don't really enjoy this experience. However, I did, and once again, as like an epilogue for the story, very good stuff. I feel like this is fair. Definitely rank this. This is kind of like mid tier. So I don't think any FNAF game is really bad. So I'm not probably not going to go below C. So this is essentially mid tier. I put FNAF 4, like a 60% or something. Top of mid tier, definitely. But again, this is SAB. These are all good games. But yeah, so for me, I'm just kind of oversaturated on that. What came next? Actually, this came next. Help Wanted. A lot of these games I never fully played through. I played through all of them. I played all of them at some point. I haven't played through all of them. I did all of FNAF 1. Did 420 mode. I think all of Sister Location, except not the hard challenges on Custom Night. Definitely completed a lot of FNAF World. I haven't beat Nightmare mode on FNAF 4. I've been thinking about coming back to that actually. I didn't get very far in Pizza Sim. I'm not really enjoying it that much. Ultimate Custom Night, I definitely got to like 46 or 48 20 mode, definitely, and I beat that. FNAF 2, I beat it up to. I didn't beat the hard challenges. FNAF 3, same. Actually, I probably got in a few nights, and it was weird. But anyway, this one, I only played like a few nights of this. It's a solid game. I just don't have much to say about it because I don't have much experience with it. But it's a solid game. It's a very solid game. The VR is dope. Seeing the animatronics move around. The FNAF 1 minigame is horrifying. The most horrifying thing. That's kind of out of this franchise, definitely. The FNAF 1 minigame, it feels so vulnerable. It doesn't feel safe at all. It's just terrible, honestly. It's terrible. It's terrible in the best way. Like, I hope FNAF Plus can top that. Probably not because it's VR. Probably not because it's actual VR. So that just elevates the horror. But man, that is crazy. It had a nice story. They brought Springtrap back, but like nobody really minded at the time. They did a cool thing with it. Glitch Trap, dope. AR, I don't really have an opinion on. I think it's a solid experience from what I've seen. After they just discontinued it, I don't know, man. Yeah, we'll put this down here because because I don't think it's bad. That's another thing where I just don't really care about it, but I can respect it. And if I respect something, it definitely goes up. Yeah. If I do more tier lists, you have to expect that me having respect for something is just gonna bump something up. So anyway, we got this one, the last one. Security breach. You already know it's not going down here. Now, I know Security Breach was a buggy mess, but something about Security Breach appealed to like a deep childhood. It feels like a dream almost. I'll put it here for now, and then I'll think about it and talk about it. Something about Security Breach like tickled a part of my brain. I think maybe that 12-year-old part of my brain that always wondered about a FNAF, like a big scale FNAF, like a AAA FNAF game. I don't know. It felt weird. It felt like a dream. Man, I really don't know how to put this. Top of B tier. How do I put my feelings about this into words? There's certain moments in the game that feel a certain way and they feel right. Even though the game was a buggy mess, I played it with my cousins, honestly, and the bugs just made it funnier. But as a game, it's like being in that kitchen segment with all the bots and Glamrock Chica hunting you down. You hear that one song, that creepy piano song, while you're trying to figure out how to get out of the kitchen. That is such a specific experience, and it gives me such a specific feeling. And it's a good feeling. It's like something was done right, and it appeals to a deep part of my brain, like a deep, not even nostalgic, but like some kind of deep past memory or something. I don't really know how to put it. But there's a lot of moments like that in this game that is like, if you were 11 and you wrote down what you think a FNAF free roam game would be like, this would be that game. Which, doesn't sound as good because, the quality an 11-year-old would expect is not that great. If I played this and I was an 11-year-old, this would be my favorite game of all time for sure. But it's like, even without the bugs, there's just something about this game. Something about this game is really special. And I enjoyed it. Every moment of it. It felt right. And I know it was a buggy mess. They worked on fixing a lot of that stuff. There's a lot of cut content. But just for the experience I had playing it, it was a nice experience. It was a fun experience. I'm going to remember it for years. It just appeals to something in me. Maybe I need to make a full video about Security Breach. But it just appealed to me. It's like Sister Location was definitely a better game. It also appealed to me in a similar way. That's why I keep comparing the two. Sister Location was like bug free though, and a higher quality product in general, which is crazy because Security Breach is AAA. But they both give me that sort of vibe, like that just right vibe. Like FNAF 1 perfected that vibe, I think. Or maybe the vibe is that I'm getting flashbacks to FNAF 1 by playing Sister Location and Security Breach. But yeah, I feel like from here up, I'm enjoying playing the games. From here down, I respect the games, but I'm not having fun playing them. These, I have no idea why these are here. These, okay. Pop goes, Kane Carter, why did you do this? Why is this here? Anyway, this is my tier list. FNAF 1 is an expert. It's a great game. It's nostalgic, but it's a solid game. It's a well balanced game. Cool character AI, cool unique creepy events, good difficulty increase, a nice challenging but not impossible 20 mode, a cool story. Nice. This definitely carried a lot by its story, but I love the atmosphere, the characters. You know, this loved it. I just had fun playing it. That's really it. This I enjoy playing. I might have to bump this down actually, because I just haven't played much of it. I just haven't been very compelled to play much of it, so I'm bumping that down there. Maybe there. I would definitely play Help Wanted before I'd play Pizza Sim again. So yeah, this is the playables. Had fun, had a lot of fun. Barely played it, did have fun while I played it, but it wasn't very compelling. Don't have much fun playing it. I have fun playing like half of it actually. I don't know. These are like I don't know how to rank these two. This is so fun that I oversaturated it for myself, so it has to go to the bottom of B tier. This not very fun. This not very fun. This respectable though. Actually, I don't know. Let's say they're tied for different reasons. I respect both these games. I respect all these games. This I just have no experience with, so it's at the bottom of C. But yeah, I feel like we can make this B, A plus, S. I don't know, but something like that. I think this is the final tier list. Yeah, because up here I'm having fun. Slowly having more and more fun playing the game, and that's what matters when playing a game. The game, even though I'm a big theory head lore dude, too. I might even make some theories on this channel. I also enjoy a good game. I just enjoy a fun experience, and that's what these are in half of this. I really don't know where to put these two. But that's what these ones definitely are. Just fun experiences. These are respectable experiences I didn't have much fun with for different reasons. But yeah, that'll conclude my tier list. Yeah, that'll conclude my tier list. It's been a wild ride with the series so far. Very curious where it's gonna go next. But you know, just for the record, my top 3 FNAF games are 1, Sister Location, and World. I'm a very crazy person for that, but you know, you guys let me know how you feel about that in the comments. Give me your tier lists. It's only like what 6, 7 games or something. It's easy to rank. But yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think. Goodbye.